Hi everyone, I am Jenny Baiju, currently pursuing final year biomedical engineering from Sahadaya College of Engineering and Technology, Kodagara. Here we have Ms. Anita Raj, Application and Service Engineer at Leamigo Medical Technologies Private Limited, Cochin, to give us an insight of life-saving medical equipment ECG machine. So let's get started.
Good morning, all. A grand welcome to Biomed 360 campaign organized by IEEE EMBS members with an aim of building up biomedical society. This campaign is all about knowing more aspects of medical equipment and get a virtual hands-on experience to comprehend the functioning of medical devices. Here, the biomedical graduates collaborate with the biomedical professionals from various sectors and works on gathering data and information on medical equipments. So, we, the group 5, are intended to unleash the most important medical equipment, that is ECG machine. As a part of first phase of our interview session, today we are going to know more about ECG machine from Anita Mann. Miss Anita Raj is an engineering graduate who completed her bachelor's in biomedical engineering. She is now working as an application and service engineer in Le Amigo Medical Technologies Private Limited. I'm pretty much happy to welcome you, Anita ma'am, to this session. So, once again, a warm welcome to all of you. Let's begin. Before moving on to the session, ma'am, can you just introduce yourselves a little more and share your working experiences in biomedical sector?
Yeah, okay, fine. So I'm Anita Raj, and I have been graduated in 2019 in BTech in Biomedical Engineering from Sahardaya College of Engineering and Technology. So immediately after my graduation, I've been into Amico Medical System. I think by the next month itself. Okay, so I have been joined there as a service engineer, as an in-house service engineer. I have been on into field the initial stages. So I used to have familiarized with all the equipments. Actually, our company is dealing with critical care equipments. Like apart from ECG machines, we used to have multi-para monitors, then defibrillator or fetal monitor, CTG machine, something like that. So at the initial stages, I got to use to all these kind of equipments. So it's having like the primary service or board level service of kind of things. Then later on, I've been assigned with the application role of like its responsibilities. So for that, I've been to give training sessions for this customers both offline and online. For that, I used to have for ECG machines and fetal monitors usually. So that is how I've been in love. Have been in this like career is almost for 1.6, 1.5 years, like almost 1.5 years.
Okay, cool. Now we are getting into the session. As a biomedical engineer, how will you define an ECG machine?
Definition is basically if it's a textual definition, ECG machine, it is a device. Okay, so that is a device which is used to conduct or perform this medical test to detect all these cardiac arrhythmias or any kind of cardiovascular conditions by using this electrodes or something by measuring the electrical activity that is generated by the heart as it contracts and relaxes. So it is a common and painless or non-invasive test that is used to quickly detect or identify the heart problems and also to monitor your health conditions. So that is how we used to define the ECG in a simple
Okay.
way.
Can you just brief the principle and working of an ECG machine?
Going to the principle, that is something can be explained in a biological way. Like this ECG machine in which this muscles is usually does having electrical conductivity. Okay, so when we provide with the stimulation of a muscle, it will alters the the electrical potential of a muscle fiber. Okay, so then apart from other cells, like unless cells, cardiac cells is having a unique property called automaticity, which means it have the capacity to spontaneously initiate impulses. Okay, so these impulses will lead to the contraction and relaxation of the heart, so which leads to depolarization and repolarization. So these electrical waves of this both depolarization and repolarization have been picked up by the electrodes which have been placed all over the body surfaces. This has been then later on it is being there is an there's an amplified board inside this ECG machine, so it has been amplified and it's been processed using many filter capacitor something like that. It's processed and we'll be getting what we are getting now. And coming to these electrodes, usually there are 10 electrodes we are placing, like 4 lymph leads and 6 chest electrodes. So from this we are getting a total sum of 12 leads of electrodes, 12 leads of ECG we are getting. So that is 3 standard, I mean 3 normal leads, standard leads, and 3 augmented leads, and then 6 chest leads. Okay, so in this from this we are getting the 12 viewpoints of the electrical activity of heart from these 10 point of contact. So from 4 lymph leads we are getting actually 6 viewpoints of this electrical activity of the heart, and from the 6 chest leads we are getting the similar number, like 6 viewpoints. So for summing up of all this we are getting how the ECG is working, which includes, as we know, we used to analyze this PQRS complex, in which we used to identify this PR intervals or this QRS complex or time intervals. Based on that, the doctors or the practitioners are getting into a conclusion whether the patient is arithmetic or is having any kind of cardiac vascular condition or something like that. So this is how it works.
Why ECG machine is considered as a critical care device?
Well, that's a good question. Uh, Critical care in the sense, okay, in this hospital now, this ECG machine is being routinely used in this hospital for the identification or for the diagnosis of heart condition. So apart from this, what measuring the heart rate or measuring the basic heart arrhythmias, it is used as also a monitoring device. Okay, so it can also, that is advantages, it can also used as a monitoring device to identify the patient is having any life threatening arrhythmias, or if the patient is being placed with an implant like a pacemaker or something, how is it working, or how it is being into the stages, like all those things can be monitored, also can be done by the CCG machine. So how it is being critical care is like, heart is one of the most important organ in our body. The good health or the proper working of the heart has to be monitored, because if it's not working, that's the end of the story. So there's a saying like prevention is better than cure. So that is the need of this ECG machines, to get it early detected, like early detection of any condition related to this cardiac thing will save your life by proper treatment or by proper monitoring, whether if it is given any treatment to detect or to monitor whether it is the stage or the condition of the patient is improving. So all those things are important. So when this critical care name is being more important, is like uh, when you are using that machine to identify or to diagnose a life threatening disease or life threatening condition, there it comes the importance of the critical care. So ECG machine can be considered as a critical care equipment, obviously. So it remains as a
Yes.
cornerstone in the diagnosis of this cardiac arrhythmias.
Okay. Do we have any wireless ECG acquiring system?
It is there, like machines, wireless transmission is happening pretty much now. We have been connecting the EHS leads, I think possibly 5 leads or something, and using a module, it will be there a module, and leads are always needed, that point of contact is needed to acquire the signals. So the
Mm.
wireless application will be coming over to this transmission session, you don't need to connect to the machine. So there are like technologies like Bluetooth series transmission system, or like Wi-Fi system or something. So you'll be getting the ECG will be recorded, and you'll be getting simultaneously over your system, laptop or desktop, or your smartphone or something. So for that, like Usually 5 leads, or sometimes there is one lead ECG is there. So one electrode will be placing over this position or near to the heart, and there will be no wires will be there. It will automatically, like similar how we are using our Bluetooth headset or something. So it is there, and still studies are going there. And recently, I have seen in a technical paper, I have seen there's something called a smart pad. Smart pad in the sense, it is a pad which is not adhesive type. The conventional adhesive type is not like that. The patient have to lie over that pad, and it's itself having a series of electrode points. So it will automatically detect these points, electrical points, and will acquire the signals. So there is no actually attaching to the body surface. There's nothing like that. And also the transmission is also wireless. So studies is being carried out regarding those technologies that is not into the market. Still researchers and studies are going on for this wireless thing. But I think transmission is still it's there. It is there in some places, like transmission of ECG is being wireless. It is there using a dongle or something.
Okay, well, this is new information to us. In your opinion, what is the most important quality of an ECG machine?
That I've mentioned earlier, like quality, the ECG machine can used as both a diagnostic and a monitoring device. So that is one of the important quality of an ECG machine. So since it is used as a machine or device which is used to identify our life-threatening conditions. That is basically life-saving. Okay, so that is one of the quality of ECG machine, and also the early detection. If the person of the or the patient is identified with some kind of arrhythmic symptoms or any cardiovascular symptoms, or the person having something like cardiac disease. Sometimes it happens like hereditary. So if their older generation has suffered from any heart attacks or something, there are chances of the person for getting this heart attack. So if they have identified with any kind of like symptoms, like minor symptoms, they could have get an ECG. Okay, so they can identify, or they can diagnose in an early stage whether they have any chances of getting heart attack, or they have already had any minor heart attack. We can also identify if we have or have undergone any minor heart attacks on your later on. So all those things can be identified using the ECG machine. Also, now ECG, apart from this conventional ECG, there are also facilities like a Holter ECG, in which we can continuously monitor our ECG for about 24 to 48 hours. So that is there. And also even monitor is there. So in that it is actually it will only record for a specific time for about a 4 to 5 minutes. I mean, in an event basis, if the person is suffering from any kind of symptom, or if he identified with the kind of symptoms, he could press a button, so it will start recording for a particular time, not continuously recording, so that he can carry out for around a month. It's not like a Holter will be for 1 to 2 days, but this event monitor, we can the patient can carry out for around 1 month. So that if he is suffering from, so we can identify what is the changes, so how the heart is being working, if he's suffering from this kind of symptoms. So we can actually diagnose, or we can actually monitor the patient if at that time he's suffering from that symptom. So that is a very good advantage, like the doctor will be getting a more clear cut idea about the condition. So usually when we go to hospitals, we will actually describe our symptoms. We felt like that, we felt like this. So doctor will be taken an ECG only after that. So he will be connecting the things and will provide with a prescription or provide with a treatment. So these even monitor or Holter ECG, all these things will provide a wider angle or a more accurate treatment measurement, or a proper diagnostic result for the doctor to provide the patient with a better treatment. So all these things that's only an ECG can provide with these practitioners. So that is an important quality of ECG.
How much time does it take for a person to familiarize with the ECG machine? to apply on a patient?
You mean the ECG technician, ECG technician?
Technician, staff nurse.
Okay, okay. No, basically, machine side, it is very easy if they are provided with a very much accurate or very much descriptive training. They could have pick it up after using three times. If they used it, they could have understand how the ECG machine works. But the interpretation of ECG is something need more experience or something which need more knowledge about that, because I've already mentioned there are 12 leads. We'll be getting from these 10 electrodes. So these 12 leads, each lead is a different viewpoint of the heart. I mean, the activity of the heart. So how to interpret the ECG machine is something a different cup of tea. I mean, that is something clinical side, which they have to be learned from their. I mean, what they have studied or on their area of domain. So that it takes much like they need a more experience for that to interpret how to analyze the ECG waveforms and how it will be related to the arrhythmias, kind of things, which is may need a more experience. But regarding the ECG machine, that is it is an electronic device basically. So it will be having some basic settings, some basic operations. And most important thing we need to they have to taken care is what is the placement of the electrodes, how the ECG electrodes have been placed on the body surface. So that is something they need to really take care of, because only we will be getting an accurate ECG result by the placement of these ECG electrodes on the accurate positions. That they need to taken care. And also in ECG machine they have to and there are specific settings, like we can take the readings in an auto mode, or we can do it in a manual way, all those things. And also there are filters provided in this ECG machine. So enabling of this filters, big AC filters or any kind of EMG noise filters, all those things we can enable in the machine, so that will be getting a more accurate. And also they need to taken care of the grounding of the machine, so to avoid unwanted noise appearing on the ECG printout. So all those things taken care. But about learning about the machine, it's only taken a small matter. I mean, if they have provided with a proper training, it is very easy. It will only take 1 or 2 days if they have tried with the machine.
Okay. As a biomedical engineer, how do you ensure that the safety and standards are always met?
So for the patient side, it is not that hazardous, because the ECG electrodes we are placing on the patient is not actually, it is not providing, it's not producing any signals. It is actually picking the signals from the patient. So there is nothing like getting, I mean, getting with shock or something. There is nothing like that. I mean, sometimes it's rare cases. I mean, it never happened. I have never seen that because for patient side it is safer, because there are safety measures is there inside the machine itself. So before we provide the machine into market, we usually ensure some safety measures from this machine side, which includes this ECG voltage. And also this will be ECG voltage will be recorded using or checked using a circuit board, whether it is being picked up properly, and it is the electrode positions, or yeah, like if there is any unwanted voltage, it will affect the machine. So uh, all those standards will be used to analyze, like grounding, proper grounding, that all things are usually taken care of about this ECG. It is not that hazardous type of thing.
Okay. Now you are a service engineer too. So what are measures do you take in case of defective ECG machine?
Okay, I'll discuss some kind of complaints or some kind of service situations I have been faced. So most of the service calls from customer side, it can be solved in a primary level itself. Like it could be due to the lack of experience from the customer side sometimes, or acute problems only happened in rare cases, like the board level cases or software kind of issues is only rare thing. So sometimes usually we get calls like there is noise in the ECG, like in the paper, I mean unwanted disturbances. So that may be due to, I've already mentioned, placement of electrodes should be paka, should be accurate, and we need to apply a pretty good amount of gel, to avoid the skin impedance, the point of contact, to increase the point of contact. We have to apply proper amount of gel while placing these electrodes. So that is the thing which they need to take care. So if they have properly arranged the electrode position, they might get the proper ECG. So that is one of the thing I have been seen. And sometimes in nowadays, now in most of the ECG machines, they are provided with thermal printers and thermal paper. So thermal paper and thermal paper is having a chemical coating over there. So this thermal printer is having a printer head which been heated up, and it will get printer, or the chemical react with the chemical, this heat will react with chemical and the printer is getting. So when they stock the CCG papers, we are recommending, or we used to recommend, like, keep it in a closed place. This is not supposed to expose to a light or atmospheric air or something, because this chemical, it get degrade on due time, course of time. So that need to be kept in a properly covered manner. Otherwise, after duration of time, when they use the paper, the clarity of the printout may get reduced. Will not be It's not be that bright type. So that is the thing need to taken care of. If they are asked to change the paper, they might get a good print. So that is things from customer side. So these are also complaints, or sometimes they might change some settings which have been defaultly set. So or that also may cause kind of variations in the results or something. Apart from that, there might happen of wrong interpretation about this. There are now nowadays the machine is provided with the automatic interpretation. Like after taking the readings, the machine it will analyze the recording, and it will provide us with the result, like abnormal ECG, or the patient detected with this kind of arrhythmia, or abnormal borderline ECG, or kind of things. It will be showing at the end of the printout. So sometimes these interpretation may get wrong. That is because of some kind of software bug, or any kind of things. For that, we have to take back the machine, or we need to reinstall the software or something. Apart from that, yeah, there may be issues with the amplifier, but the amplifier sometimes after a long duration of use, I mean after a long time of usage, not immediately, it may happen. So that are all the things we used to face in the service field for ECG.
How do you detect the lifespan, and what about the reliability of an ECG machine?
Lifespan, okay. Usually, for every medical equipment, it is advised, or it is being done, like a lifetime of a medical equipment is usually 5 years. Okay, 5 years is the standard lifetime of a medical equipment for every medical equipment. So it is being advised by this organization, health organizations or medical equipment organizations. There are particular standards, and also it is being advised. It is been like provided by them. So, but into reality, it depends upon the frequency of usage, or how they are maintaining the equipment, or provided with proper regular periodical service or something. Okay, so how they're these all things will it will decide the lifetime of a machine. So basically, usual case, if it's taken care well, it will last for about 7 to 10 years or more than that. I have seen machines in the field, in the customer side, for more than 10 years, or 10 to 12 years or something. So there are machines, but if in a place where they are taking using the machine, or taking the readings for more than like what do you say, about a per day itself, a larger number of cases are being carried out. So if it's going like that, and they're not providing with, if the customer side is from not providing with proper maintenance, cleaning the machine or keeping in a proper place or handling it in a careful way. So if it is doing like that, it will last for a long time, it around 10 years or something. So, otherwise, of course, it will last up to 5 years. That is the standard time.
Okay. Okay. Now moving on to the last question. What are the current researches happened in this field? In
Research.
ECG machine.
Okay. So one thing I've already mentioned earlier regarding the wireless ECG machines, the studies and
Mm.
research are still going on.
Yes.
Okay, so that is one thing which is being carried out. Okay, so many kind of studies are still going on to make it more wireless. Like apart from this wireless transmission, this is electrode placement. Also, I've mentioned like smart pad. It is having no wires. So I don't know how far it went. I mean, how successful it was, but still going on. And apart from this wireless thing. Nowadays in modern technology, everybody on every technology in every sectors, we are trying to incorporate this AI technology, so
Mm.
artificial intelligence, so that
Mm.
we'll be getting a more accurate prediction, in which ECG machine is required more because I've already mentioned it is used as an early detection with arrhythmic conditions. So if it is supported with this AI or artificial intelligence, it will provide us with a more accurate result or more accurate prediction what could have happened to this person if this heart condition and other factors. So when we are considering this AI, we never used to stick on to a particular parameter. Never. We used to consider many other parameters. What all things that affect, and studying all these parameters only will be provided with some kind of result, so that will be more accurate and will be more reliable. So studies are going on that to incorporate this AI technology in ECG machine and different types of ECG machine apart from this conventional method. So all these things are currently going on regarding this research of ECG machines.
Okay. Now, besides the questions, would you like to share something? I mean, to the budding biomeds, share some
Okay.
message.
Okay. When I heard about this campaign, this Biomed 360, that is a very good, insightful idea because you people are getting an exposure, or you people are getting an idea how, how how the people or people around you, or how the professionals are looking into this, or taking this medical equipments, how they are handling it, or how they are, what their viewpoint is. So when we were studying, we were only getting like we used to study textbooks, and sometimes we may go to some internships or some hospitals, or yeah, usually hospitals or maybe some companies. So mostly most people, we used to go into hospitals for internship. So we are only getting the clinical aspect of this ECG machine, and also the theoretical studies we have been taken up from the textbooks. So apart from this, this is a very good initiative, and this you people can actually make use of it. You can actually utilize this platform to learn more things, how the outside world is like, or how this biomedical or medical healthcare world or field, how it like, or how they are taking things into, and how it will be when it dealing with the customer, or how it will be dealing with the doctors, and how it will be with the professionals, researchers, how and what all advancements are going on in the current field, and how we can contribute into it. So all those things you can, or you people can, you getting an actually getting a very good opportunity, that you people are not supposed to lose it. You have to clutch it, and have to taste the fruit of that. So that is actually a nice thing. And when you are getting an opportunity, whatever it is, don't lose it. You have to just hold it and move forward. So because a big world, or a big world of opportunities, or it is ahead there. So that's nice. All the best for all you guys.
Well, it was a great message to us. I think I have covered all the questions. So now we are winding up the session. Thank you, ma'am,
Okay.
for joining us and giving an amazing session. Thank you so
Yeah,
much
thank
for
you
the
so much.
valuable.
Thank you for you guys also, because this is also a great opportunity to interact with being a mentor and interacting with the young minds, or people you are next. You people are going into the professional side. I mean, getting into the outer world, to the field. You're getting out of the eggshell. So it is my pleasure, and it's my like I'm so much happy. Thank you so much.